So, hello. Once again, I'm back on my old prehistoric MacBook Pro 2012. And before we will continue, let me check out if the stream is working properly. Hopefully it does. Yes, it does. Nice. So, yeah. Once again, I'm back recording locally and streaming today at YouTube live service, and I'm using this amazing Void Linux glibc independent Linux distribution. But let me show you the system information using the GUI method first about Xfce, Void Linux Xfce X11 running on this ancient Intel Core based machine, 16 gigabytes of RAM. And let me go back to the terminal. I will zoom in. I think this is enough. So yeah, as you can see, MacBook Pro 2012. Yada yada. You can pause the stream and take a good look on the system information on your own pace, or later on my YouTube channel the video. But I want you to pay attention at the screen resolution. I'm driving everything in the native screen resolution of 2880 by 1800 at 60 Hz. However, I'm streaming and recording locally at 25 FPS. Full resolution, yes, but 25 FPS. But don't believe me. Here are my OBS settings. Here we are. And yeah, video full HD, not full HD, full resolution of 2880 by 1800 and 25 FPS. And I'm using basically FMPEG AAC for the audio encoder and VAPI FMPEG H.264 for the video encoder at 16,000 bitrate. And I'm using MKV file format, and basically I'm using the same recorder for the stream, the same encoders, for the stream and the recording. So there is that. Let's go back to the rest of the stuff now. What is Void Linux and what is Xfce? First, I will read from the Wikipedia page for Void Linux. Void Linux is an independent Linux distribution that uses the X-binary package system XBPS package manager, which was designed and implemented from scratch, and they run it in its system. Excluding binary kernel blobs, a base install is composed entirely of free software, but users can access an official non-free repository to install proprietary software as well. And then regarding the Xfce, Xfce, pronounced as 4 individual letters, Xfce, is a free and open source desktop environment for Linux and other Unix-like operating systems. Xfce aims to be fast and lightweight, while still visually appealing and easy to use. The desktop environment is designed to embody the traditional Unix philosophy of modularity and reusability, as well as adherence to standards, specifically those defined at freedesktop.org. And now onto the official website of Void Linux. The Void Linux distribution. Void is a general-purpose operating system based on the monolithic Linux kernel. Its package system allows you to quickly install, update and remove software. Software is provided in binary packages or can be built directly from sources with the help of the XBPS Sources Packages collection. It is available for a variety of platforms. Software packages can be built natively or cross-compiled through the XBPS Source Packages collection. And it has plenty of good information. When you go to download Void Linux, pay attention which version you want to download. Personally myself, I downloaded first Xfce at first back then, the live image of Muzzle, however you pronounce this. I didn't have that good success but also I was in somewhat limited time frame, so I went ahead and installed finally the Xfce live image of glibc or glibc, however you pronounce it, version of the system. And everything since then have been great with Void Linux. And now this is the official Xfce page. Xfce is a lightweight desktop environment for Unix-like operating systems. It aims to be fast and low on system resources while still being visually appealing and user-friendly. So yeah, maybe you understand, maybe you do not understand, but truly Void Linux and Xfce is an insane combination for old and new systems. If you like what you will see today, or if you have been watching my streams or my videos, or both maybe, then you already know that it's a fantastic Linux distribution, especially for this MacBook Pro 2012. Just fantastic. Anyway, my customization so far have been the following. Basically, this is my top bar, top panel if you prefer, which I have customized date, time, system fans, network speed to be able to watch the exact network speed I mean, and of course the icons up there. And this is also a weather forecast today, tomorrow, etc. And then this is my application launcher or application finder, or as it's called for real, the Whisker menu. And this icon is one of my customizations, and this is how the menu appears to be. You can customize mostly everything that you see on Xfce, and also I'm using this one as my dock. Through and through, fantastic experience, easy to use, all things considered, I mean, because you have great customization abilities, so it's not that easy to use like GNOME, for example, but think of it more like a combination of GNOME extensions, GNOME settings, and various apps like GNOME Tweaks that allow you to further customize your GNOME experience. So yeah, but still, all things considered, very easy to use. And as it says, very light on the system resources. For example, even though I'm using like wallpaper slideshow, windows that use shadows, transparencies and other effects, the system at the moment uses about 20% of CPU and about 20% of RAM, which is 3 gigabytes. And keep always in mind at the moment, besides everything that I said, one very important thing is that I'm driving in the resolution in its native resolution, which is high resolution, especially for back then, and also streaming and recording on that resolution. Oof, amazing stuff. And still just using 3 gigabytes of RAM, insane. Anyway, this is how Thunar appears to be. This is basically the file manager. I have enabled also basic tiling functions of the system, for example like this. And I'm having also my Vivaldi browser here. And let's go back in system resources. So yeah, also besides the visual appearance that I have changed a lot, I have implemented few functions in the system, like for example expose, using both hot corners and a keybind. I will do it first with hot corners. If I will move my mouse to the top right corner, boom, now I can select the application that I want to have forward, Vivaldi for example, and now we'll go to select for example the terminal, boom. So just like that, I'm able to switch to the application that I need. And the same thing for the bottom right corner. The bottom left corner is basically the screenshot tool, because I'm using it quite a lot. And then on the top left corner, it's basically a screensaver / lock screen, like this. boom. And also, as I said, I have enabled expose with keybind as well, so I can press the shortcut on my keyboard and boom, 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 just like that, no problem whatsoever. And it's like this, amazing stuff. Then I will just hide the windows for now. Also, regardless of the app that I'm using on the system, for example, I will load now a couple flat packs, like strange, weird flat packs, weird to customize, I mean, like flat seal, and then like parabolic, for example. And as you can see, no problem with them whatsoever. Fully adhering to my theme, my icons, my cursors, everything. And also, I'll just close them now. Also, I have enabled my wallpaper jumper, which is extra resources on the system. I can do this. For example, I want to see my current wallpaper. Which one is it? I can press the shortcut the keyboard shortcut, and then I can know that this is the file name and this is the number on the index. So basically it's the 94 image out of 901 that I'm having. Also, something that I always seem to forget to mention nowadays is that I'm using wallpapers that like 890s, most of them really, are mostly 4K images. Few of them, maybe 1/4 like that, maybe something like that. It's 2K resolution, and a handful of them is like full HD. So even the wallpaper slideshow is taxing to the system, but not breaking a sweat. Also keep in mind that I'm using effects both on the microphone and the camera at this point right now, while I'm streaming and recording, and the system, it's like not breaking a sweat. And even when it does break a sweat, if you give it a few seconds, it will catch up and everything will be smooth. My problem with this system, and I have few solutions in mind, but I don't want to invest really because I'm not using it, besides doing these YouTube videos for you, is that it's getting hot really fast, and that in turn makes it to slow down, and sometimes slow down a lot. But if someone has such an old system that is not beaten up badly like mine, trust me, it's badly. I've done, especially the previous owner, have done some weird stuff on this system. But what I'm trying to say is that if your old MacBook Pro is not beaten up like mine, and you have, like some kind of a fan below the system, or you have did some new glue job on the CPU and GPU, or maybe even you are using the system inside a cool room, then maybe you will not have these issues that I'm having, which I repeat, after a few seconds the system goes back to normal. So it's not really a big deal, at least for the things that I'm doing with the system. Anyway, back to the wallpaper jumper. Let's just see again where we are. We are at 97, so I will just skip a few and go at 100. Let's go to 100. Sorry, wrong shortcut. Like this, boom, 100 wallpaper. Let's go now to 200. Again, shortcut, boom, just like that. And these commands you can also use the terminal. Let's go to the terminal now. And you know what? I could do that while either with a shortcut or with a hot corner, because I can see my minimized apps as well with the expose. So let's go to the terminal now. And what I've been showing you, I can do here. For example, wallpaper status. Boom. and I'm saying, all I'm trying to say is that if you are a terminal user, you don't have to use the mouse or anything to see your wallpaper status. And then I can do the same thing for the wallpaper select, basically, in order to select. And if you still don't want to do this, you can just do like this, wallpaper, and right away the number. For example, 210. Boom, just like that. And now we'll go a bit back, 205. Boom, just like that. Anyway, this is the wallpaper jumper, and now we'll show you my my cursor factory. Which is like this, either via the terminal, just like with the wallpaper jumper, either with keyboard shortcuts. You can do this. Either select an existing cursor set, one of those that I have already done, like for example yellow-red, which I prefer a lot, and then select the size. Let me go like I'm not sure now. Okay, this is it. I prefer this cursor and black magenta a lot, but now for demonstration purposes I will just go ahead and create a new one. And this is how it goes. You just leave the default option selected and you press OK. Then you either locate your own Breeze source folder, or you just click cancel and the cursor factory will download it for you. Then you select the name. I will just go with this one for now, Toxic. Oops. Then I will select the colors for the cursor. I selected that yellow fill. I will go now for the border, like some kind of a green. I think I will go with this one, for example. The size then that I want. And even on this old system, at least for me, it's quite a quick progress, quite a fast progress. And any moment now it will pop up and will ready for work. I hope that I have completed correctly. Yes, here it is. Yes. For a moment I thought that maybe I have some bug in the system, but no, it works just fine. Yeah, nice. So there is that. And now I can go back to the apps that I had open, and no problem with the cursor. Recognized by the apps just fine, like it was always there. So basically you just either using the terminal to launch the cursor factory, either you let the system download the Breeze source for you, or if you have it already you just select it. Then select a name, colors for the cursor, size, and that's that. You have your own cursor at your disposal. And if you, for any reasons, you don't want that and you want to go back to one of the others, you select the second option and you go back to the others, no problem. You select the cursor you want, the size, and you are back in business. That easy. And what else? Oh yeah, of course, the terminal itself. These are the terminal customizations that I have in place. For example, I'm using the Swedish colors for the logo, for the Void logo, and then the Swedish colors, Swedish flag colors, I must be more specific, for the text on the fastfets, and then more or less the same thing for the prompt. However, I added this magenta in order to match my preferred theme. So all in all, I quite like this end result of my terminal. And then I have created this one, XBPS man. This utility allows me to basically update the apps of my system regardless of their tech made, like Flatpaks, system packages or whatever. For right now, I will you know what, I will just close my Vivaldi, and for the rest I don't mind. I will just close the Vivaldi. I will just quit the Vivaldi and have it update. I will do it on stream. As you can see, it goes very fast, even on this old system. Truly, Void Linux is a force to be reckoned with in old systems or new systems. I don't have, like, you know, hard facts. I didn't got myself a stopwatch and went ahead and okay, click like that. But certainly it feels faster than most other Linux distributions that I have been using. So yeah, there is that. And just like that, just by entering XBPS man and then my password, I have updated my system and its applications. And mostly everything that you see today, or you have seen the other days, mostly everything I have finally included on my already existing Void Linux guide. I just finally got around and updated it. But keep always in mind, maybe I missed something, because I'm so busy. Void Linux stuff, yes please, here we are. And basically I want you to pay attention on this one, what it says here in the beginning, this one. Let me see. Okay, I just want to make sure that the stream will not start all of a sudden. Anyway, this is the thing that you must pay attention to. Remember that the following are 100% correct for my system and my installation. If I have missed a step, made a mistake, etc., please write to me in one of my video comments. Thanks for understanding. And here is the deal. This one is quite a biggie. It's about 33 pages long. And also in this one I had my old scripts included, so you have links how to download my own scripts. And my old scripts. This one maybe I need to fix. For example, I need to include my newer scripts, because I have updated them. Where is it? I'm trying to find it. No, here we are. Yes, these ones. Yeah, I think these ones I have to prepare them again and update this part of the guide. But yeah, it's quite a biggie, the guide I mean. Maybe I have a few wrong steps here and there, excuse me. You have to keep this attention here to your mind, please. All things considered, I did best. I don't know if that's enough, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I have missed stuff. That much is true. But the ones that I have included, I'm thinking that are quite correct. So if you will follow my guide to create the wallpaper jumper in your system, your Void Linux Xfce system, more or less you may have to change, for example, some folder here, some, I don't know, folder there, and you will have no problems, I think. But if you do, please let me know in the video comments below. Anyway, I think this was it. Now the next time that we will meet, maybe I will be able to finally finish my I owe you my Ubuntu guide. That's another problem that I have to solve. Yeah, either I will have one Ubuntu video done where I will show you my guide for Ubuntu, a sneak peek of it, and then go to Fedora, or I will go to Fedora anyway, and at some point I will fix my Ubuntu guide. But for now, Void Linux will have to suffice. Yeah, I think this was it. If you have an older system, there are plenty of choices as always for a Linux distribution to be installed, but my full vote of confidence, and especially for people who like to tweak their systems, to mess around with their systems, Void Linux perhaps is the best option, especially nowadays that people start to go against the systemd thing. It's quite a thing online, it seems. But yeah, besides those political or real tech reasons behind those online chatters, it doesn't matter. Void Linux is a real deal, is the real deal, perhaps the best Linux distribution out there at the moment. And of course, it's not cutting edge, it's not like everything up to date, like moments ago up to date, like a few distros are trying to be, but for the things it offers, the Linux distribution. Must install, must use. Anyways, as always, thank you for everything, and see you on the next one. Bye!